Good evening, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. I am Sibs Matiela, your host, and this is the Private Property Podcast. It's coming to you live and direct from the Sandton Convention Centre in the heart of Sandton, Johannesburg, because today is the day the property show is here. We have all of the vendors, we've got all of the important people, the big dogs in the property game are all here. If you did not manage to be here, don't worry, because we are recording live from the property show to bring you all of the information that you would have otherwise missed out on. You are so lucky we've got your back. I'm joined actually in studio by Wiehahn Koch, who is the head of purpose lending at Capitec. Capitec, of course, being one of the sponsors of the property show. So we like them very much. Thank you, Capitec. Wiehahn, welcome to the podcast. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. Tell me what a head of purpose lending is.
Well, it's lending for anything that there is a purpose, be it a home, be it a vehicle, medical, or any educational needs our clients might have.
Okay. Focusing specifically on property, what I wanted to ask you is why, some people will oscillate between like, should I keep renting for my whole life and maybe just put that money in like savings and travel every now and again, or put it in a, 32-day account for that interest? Should I invest in property in a different way?
Yeah.
Maybe using that, or should I actually buy a house? What do you think?
Well, there's a lot that you could and maybe should and shouldn't do. But at Capitec, we really want just to provide the clients with the information at hand. And the information at hand in the property market is buying a property is a long-term investment. And it's probably the right thing to do. And there's never a better time than right now to go to the market. We often hear people talk about buyer's market, seller's market. Well, the best market really is when a client has decided what they can afford, really what the purpose is of buying a property, and then taking the plunge. And taking the plunge, being informed, knowing what it's all about, getting the necessary pre-approvals, asking the right questions along this daunting journey. And that's probably the thing to do, and that's what we advocate for. We want clients to take home loans and purchase property and think a little bit about tomorrow.
So why would you say that you think South Africans, especially millennials now, should be actually pulling the trigger, making this decision and going, you know what, I'm going to do it?
Yeah, it's like I said, I guess there's never a better time than now. And the reason for that is whatever you purchase today, in today's value of money would really just increase in property price, or at least remain stable. And it gives you something to pay off over time that can give you that bit of equity or that bit of financial leeway when you need it later in life to either make a further investments decision, or even better is to make sure you don't take expensive debt where you could have inexpensive debt and a home loan and manage your financial life a bit better.
Okay, so what are the basics? How do you start preparing your personal finances for now pulling this trigger and making this massive decision?
Well, it is a difficult one because the field is so big. Most players don't know where to kick off the ball. And probably the best place to start this journey is to do a pre-qualification. No pressure, no signing on the dotted line. Comfort of your own home, reach out to us. Get a pre-qualification to give you a range of what you qualify for. Get a good feel of when you go to the property market, what you're good for. And that's a good place to start. And as I said, the pressures in the industry could be overwhelming. You could have a seller that really wants to sell a property to you that make it out to be probably what it's not. You could have the deal of a lifetime come to you via marketing and via everything out there, and all those pressures disappear when you sit by yourself, do some budgeting, do some saving, and make a decision, and definitely not a decision to be taken lightly, make the decision to dive into the property market, and do that on your own before you engage with other people, I guess, is the best advice.
Okay, I hear you. So now I'm diving. I've done the work on my own. I've sat in the hot yoga room and I've thought about it, and I'm zen, I'm there, I'm ready. How much should I actually be spending? Because what are the other things I need to take into consideration that will inform how much I should be spending?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best question to ask, because pre-approval only tells you what you would be paying for your home loan. What comes with that is if you're not a homeowner, you won't be used to paying fees such as rates and taxes. You'll always be liable for anything that happens on your property. You would always like to increase the value of your property, so there would always be spend on a home. The other things that you need to consider is the fees that come with it in making this plunge. Is you moving from one place to another. That's going to cost something. And over and above that is you have an agreement with someone else that is coming to an end, be it you selling another property or you're getting out of a lease agreement.
Or moving out of your parents' house.
Or moving out of your parents' house. Moving out of your parents' house probably wouldn't come at a big cost.
No, you'd actually be very surprised.
Or, as I was about to say, or it might come at a massive cost. And so a little bit of backward accounting to think it's not only what you're going into, but you need to understand what you're getting out of. And the worst thing that dampens a new home buyer's spirit is paying 2 rentals or a new installment and your old rental at the same month. Paying for 2 houses, no joke. So I guess that is some of the fees to watch out for, fees that come with being a homeowner, and then the practical fees of when you move out, how you move out, those can't be ignored.
What would you say are the best tips you can give someone on how to manage their personal and their home finances?
Well, some of the best tips is managing your home finances is really important. And it's a 20-year commitment, and I guess most people sign it and know this is what I'll pay every month for the next 20 years. And that's probably the wrong assumption to make. Is because you want to know what you're paying for. You know what, you want to stay on top of it as you're paying anything else over a shorter period of time.
Yeah.
Reason for that is most likely income would increase for an individual or for people buying it together over time. But your home loan installment might not increase that much. We've recently been through 2 interest rate hikes that might come again and continue. However, we're very confident that your income would outgrow the interest rate increase, and therefore over time you might find that you've got more disposable income available. And if you don't review and don't stay on top of your home loan, you might just be paying it off over 20 years, and meanwhile you could have paid it off quite quickly and
might
a lot
not actually
sooner.
be necessary.
Might not be necessary. That's the one point. The other point is if you're sitting on a bit of equity value after paying off your property for some time, that might be a nice deposit, or it might be the door to your next investment. And over time, becoming that investment property guy is probably what you're after.
Yeah. Wiehahn, obviously Capitec is a sponsor of the property show, which is happening right now. What's the vibe like in there?
No, the vibe's great. The reception's been amazing. It's great on a Saturday afternoon to see serious home buyers entering the room, spending time with us, really asking similar questions to now. How do I get started? If they're already in, how do I get more?
Yeah.
Understanding the pros, the cons, the what ifs, and the energy is quite electric. It's a fantastic venue, and I guess the crowd has really made it worthwhile.
As Capitec, I mean, what is the main, contributing factor that makes you guys put your hand up and go, we want to sponsor this, we want to be part of it, we need to be part of this movement?
I guess that the most important part and why we're here is really awareness. Capitec Bank's been around for just over 20 years, known for a big retail bank, but we specifically here to showcase our home loan offering and how we, through various partnerships and through various ways, have brought accessibility to home loans to the front. Our customers have been asking us for a very long time for a home loan offering, and since we've added it a few months ago, it's been really exciting to engage with clients on a new way, and that's why we're here, and that's why we'll keep coming back.
Wiehahn, thank you so much for your time and for your insights today, and obviously for your sponsorship of this great event that's happening, which is the Property Show live from the Sandton Convention Center, which is where we're broadcasting from right now. That's all I have for you right now. That was Wiehahn Koch from Capitec. I will be back with more tomorrow. Good night.